John Deere. In 2011, I began a series of artworks called Compartments, which refer specifically to residential land usage throughout the world. The common denominator in each piece is the bird's eye view of the dwelling that illustrates the constraints of the inhabitants who reside in their own compartments. The concept began with my reaction and response to photographs of areas of poverty in Africa, where people lived in dumps which were converted into villages. Here in America, a great many Americans live in abject poverty that is typically swept out of the line of sight. Low-income housing projects and apartments with residents too numerous for their intended size cluster in our cities. Most Americans survive on government assistance that live in those projects and have never known the luxury of living in a single-family home. Their living spaces are congested, and small buildings and complexes are built closely together into multi-story buildings. Conversely, we witness the effects of urban sprawl into single-family residential homes that eventually become abandoned buildings. Politicians touted that all Americans have the right to own a home in the suburbs. Mortgage loans were awarded indiscriminately to the masses of our population who could not possibly afford to repay those loans, leading to mass evacuations from suburban areas back into the cities from which they originally fled. Their American dreams vanished. More deeply is the issue of overpopulation in the world. Statistics state that world population will reach 8 billion people between 2025 and 2040. In October 2011, the Earth's human population crossed the 7 billion mark. It took only 12 years for the global population to increase from 6 billion in 1999, and only 12 years before that to increase from 5 billion. Our planet simply cannot sustain the growth at these levels. Many in public office feel it is their duty to control the decisions women and families make regarding their reproductive health through legislation by limiting choice. Women's rights are being challenged the world over without regard to the consequences. Each of us needs to be able to make the decisions that directly impact our lives and the future of our planet. I chose to document my reaction to this situation in my medium of choice, textiles. Pieces already completed, 29 at this point, demonstrate that this cultural phenomenon can be inventively developed in the art quilt genre without redundancy. The common denominator in each piece, the bird's eye view, shows that it can be effectively created using textile methods. I wish to continue this series in painting and mixed media collages as well as using the textile medium. With the continuation of this project, I believe I can reach the populations who would most benefit from the knowledge that they do have a voice, and their voice matters. I hope to be chosen as one of the grantees of the Raushenberg Foundation. Thank you so much for your time.